So no, I know I'm on the floor, but I'm not going to work on my personal rig today. Today I'm going to work on this. So some of you guys might recognize this as my first PC that I built. Well, I'm rebuilding it because at this point I've updated my personal rig so much that I have all of my old parts, minus the graphics card. But yeah, so I'm going to today rebuild my original PC with all the original parts. And what am I going to use it for? Well, I'm going to make a personal server. Because you guys might be able to hear that. The rattling. Yeah, that's my 300 gigabyte external hard drive that I have. I don't want to keep files on there much longer. I do have I only have 500 gigs of storage on my SSD, and that's running out really fast. There's no sort of backups for any of it except for the external hard drive that's going to die soon, and that's almost full. I know I do have an extra hard drive in the personal rig, but again, that's only 250 gigabytes, and that's actually for my Linux. That's my Linux drive, which hopefully I'll get that situation sorted out. But long story short, I need a server, and I have a whole computer's worth of parts to put inside of it. So let's do that now before I lose everything. Okay, slight change of plan for the server. So this is my old PC case from my first personal rig. Starting camera strap the other way. So my plan for the server was to reuse this and reuse all my old parts because after the Ryzen upgrade, I had essentially completely replaced my PC. So I had a whole second PC that I could use as a server. Several problems. One, well, this is obviously missing a 5 1/4 inch bay. But I was probably going to put like an SD card reader or something in there, so I wasn't too worried about that. But this combined with the fact that the hard drive mounts are terrible in here, I don't know how I didn't notice before. I used the same old crappy hard drive that I had in my original computer, which you guys saw me upgrade in my first personal rig update up here. I thought it'd be fine. It's just a server, and I got another one of the same capacity, and I was gonna do a raid one with that, so I wasn't worried about data. I first turned it on, and it started rattling like crazy. The drive started rattling. They were screwed in and everything properly. It started rattling like crazy. Also, that combined with the fact that it's missing a drive bay, I decided, I'm just going to replace the case. And then also, the post message said, fatal error, hard drive condition bad, backup and replace. So, I'm doing a few more changes. So I got this Thermaltake Versa H22 case. It was like $36 for Micro Center, and it's actually, holy crap, really good for the price. It comes with 4 fans, one in the back, 2 up top, 1 in the front. I'm probably just going to leave it like that. It comes with these Molex adapters, 2 of them, in case you need that for your fans, and I have another one for the last fan, because I only have 1 header on the motherboard. It's got toolless drive bays, like completely toolless, so that's really cool. This is, and like 3 5 1/4 inch bays, so if I still want to get that SD card reader in there, I still can. Yeah, no, it's got some cable management. This is going to be a much nicer case, and it was only like $35 for Micro Center. So definitely, guys, if you're looking for a really cheap case, I would give this a shot. I mean, assuming you have at least 2 fan headers on your motherboard. you'll not need to get any extra accessories for this. So that's really nice. For drives, slight change of plans again. I have this SanDisk SSD Plus 120 gigs. So this is going to be my boot drive. I'm going to use some flavor of Linux. I'm not sure yet. Let's get my camera better. I'm going to use some flavor of Linux, and then I'll just put this in. I'm also going to use this as a scratch disk, so I realize it's going to be slow. I have a gigabit connection via a switch that I'm going to have connecting my main rig to this server. This should remove the bottlenecks from the hard drives, and I should be able to transfer my 4K files much faster. And then I'm going to try to set up some system to, like, at night automatically put these in the right place or something like that. But yeah, so 120 gig, there should be no bottlenecks here and no problems here with the OS. But obviously that's not good for long-term storage, so I got two of these Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte drives. Again, a good deal, like $40 from Micro Center. I love Micro Center, you guys are great. I also got some parts for the Ryzen build, so subscribe if you're excited for that, but that might have come out before this video, I'm not sure. But yeah, these 1 terabyte, so they're a little smaller than the 2 terabyte drives that I had before, but, you know, I should only need 1 terabyte for the foreseeable future. If I need more, I can add in more drives or just replace these. I will be using a RAID 1, so perfect redundancy. I will only have 1 terabyte of total usable space. I mean, plus, again, the 120 gigs from the drive, from the SSD. But yeah, 1 terabyte, for now, that should be enough. I use about 180 gigs so far, and that's after about a year. Now that I'm upgrading to 4K footage, it should increase to about 10 gigs of video. I should be fine with this. So yeah, now I'm going to put all of this from here into the new case. And then this might have to be a multi-part video. Woo! Okay, well, here's the server. Let me put it like this. Cable management has seen better days, obviously. But this is a server and the power supply barely reaches as is. I mean, the CPU pin is like, that's the only way it'll go. This will not fit around the back, and then I kind of just gave up from there. But all fans, all 4 of them have a place plugged in. This one, the rear fan is connected directly to the motherboard. The other 3 via Molex adapters, either included with the case or that I already have in there. The hard drive, again, I said they're completely toolless. The SSD, actually, I needed to put screws in that one, but the hard drives are completely toolless. So I should be all good for now, so now I'm just going to test to see if it'll power on and boot, and then the rest I will take care of another day. Okay. All the fans are spinning. I have... well, the front fan is blue, it would appear. So I might swap that into the Ryzen PC, I don't know, but no keyboard detected. Hey, okay. I'm gonna plug in a keyboard and do some BIOS stuff. And by BIOS stuff, I mean checking that the BIOS is, working and everything's detected. Okay. Let's plug that in there. Smash the delete key. The regular. That's not a good sound. What's that? That's the power supply. At least it seems like it's power supply. I'm gonna try booting it again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to replace that darn power supply. Okay, so I got it working. Turns out the power supply is not a problem, but I am most likely going to replace that soon, partially because even though I know it's a server and there's no window, the cable management's just bugging me. I mean, I know it's still technically better than my first PC, but it's still bugging me and I still want to do a better job. And then also a more reliable power supply is probably a good idea in a server. And also a power supply that does not have to be upside down for the cables to barely reach. Especially since I'm going to upgrade to a beefier and quieter cooler soon. It's a Wraith cooler. I don't think I'll have room for those cables. So first upgrade is definitely going to be a power supply. Turns out the problem was somehow I missed it. There was a screw that fell behind the motherboard while I was inserting it, and I didn't get it out correctly. And so it's stuck there, and it's probably causing a short of some sort. So once I remove that, everything seems to be working. Never mind. Scrappy power supply. So I need to replace that power supply ASAP. I'm just installing Ubuntu 16.10. No, more specifically, MateriOS. You can find out more about that on my website, solidstateblog.com. Just go to the MateriOS section. So this is version 0.1. This is the only actual version that can be installed, and for the purposes of a server, it's good enough. It's not a completed project, but it's good enough for a server. So yeah, you can just find more details there, but I'm installing that because at the moment it's essentially just Ubuntu 16.10 with like the browser replaced, and that's about it, and some things pre-installed. So yeah. I'm just going to be using Linux and then figuring out how to make that into a server. My computer science teacher said he'd help me, so that should work, but priority number one, replacing that janky power supply. So that's it for part one of the server video series that I'll find a name for later. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to see more. In the next server video, I'm going to be replacing that power supply and actually getting an operating system, and hopefully the goal is in the second video to actually get it up and running, and then its actual final installation with its location and whatnot, that'll be in a separate, technically not a server video, but a different video that I'm planning soon. So stay subscribed for those videos. Should be pretty interesting. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, leave a like if you did, subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one.